The Perfect Score, a look into the culture of the SAT, presented by Christopher Choi. In this video presentation, I will provide data and some insight into nearly every high school student's nightmare, the SAT. Perhaps you, humble viewer, cringed a little at my very mention of those three letters. I encourage you to reflect on your own memories and experiences as we go forward. First, a little bit of background info. For the past 3.5 years, I have been tutoring high school and even some middle school students on the SAT Math section. I've seen hundreds of students struggle with understanding the concepts, strategies, and perhaps most importantly, the point of taking the SAT. They acknowledge that the SAT is a critical component of their college applications, but they rarely see the benefit of the learning that is involved aside from that. Before we can look at the implications of the fact that universities and colleges nationwide use the SAT to evaluate their applicants, we must first learn a little bit about the exam itself. The SAT was initially introduced in 1926 as a scholastic aptitude test. Since then, it has adopted various changes in structure, timing, content, and name. The structure of the exam was recently changed in March of 2016. It's now scored out of 1600. There are now two sections, math and reading/writing, and the content is more in line with the Common Core. The fee for the exam is $45 per attempt and $57 with the essay included. The exam's name was recently changed to simply the SAT after the College Board historically received public criticism for what exactly the test measures. On the official website, the purpose of the exam is stated as such. Colleges care about your SAT score because it's a strong predictor of how you'll perform in college. By doing well on the SAT, you can show colleges that you're ready to succeed. The implications of administering an accurate predictor of such a diverse group of people all over the nation will be examined in the subsequent data. The data was collected from the College Board website, specifically from the aggregate results of the class of 2016 high school seniors. This data shows that performance, depending on the section, is not equal between genders. Both genders performed similarly on the critical reading section, but male students scored higher than female students on the mathematics section. Female students scored higher on the writing section. If we give credit to the SAT as a predictor of future professional outcomes, these results may give some evidence on why professionals in STEM fields are predominantly male. The results are also unequal according to the family income as reported by the test takers. This may be a result of both external and internal variables for the students. A higher yearly income can provide more academic resources, such as school supplies, textbooks, SAT prep books, and of course, private tutoring. Upon a web search for private tutors and tutoring businesses in the more affluent coastal neighborhoods of LA County, I found considerably more results than I did when searching in less wealthy neighborhoods. The internal factors include increased confidence in the student's success and growth, as well as their motivation to study and improve their academic skills. This data, pulled from an article on brookings.edu, shows that there are racial gaps on SAT performance as well. The gaps are especially pronounced at the tails of the distribution, as shown in the first graph. Top scorers who scored between a 750 and 800 on the SAT Math section were 60% Asian and 33% white, compared to 5% Latino and 2% Black. Meanwhile, those scoring between 300 and 350, 37% were Latino, 35% were Black, 21% were white, and 6% were Asian. The second graph shows that the Black-white achievement gap in SAT Math has been incredibly stubborn since 1996. The article goes on to say that these gaps have a significant impact on life chances and therefore on the transmission of inequality across generations. I implemented my research questionnaire to the students that I tutor in order to ascertain their perspective about the exam and the culture of the SAT. I have included some of the most noteworthy responses to the questions. As you read through the comments, Please keep in mind that the respondents were students who are already enrolled in private tutoring, which requires a considerable amount of financial resources. What hope is there for increasing the parity of such a widely used assessment of student skills and knowledge? There are several useful online resources that students can access for free, including Khan Academy, one of the most popular online tutoring websites out there. Khan Academy has actually partnered with College Board to provide a free full-length practice test with step-by-step solutions and explanations for every problem, topic-specific practice problems that are further separated by difficulty level, and general tips and strategies for taking the exam. Other free online resources are available as well, some that include a free trial period. Perhaps the most important tool that students can benefit from is the increased exposure to SAT-like content in their classrooms at school. If high school teachers become unafraid to address the SAT with their students, the students themselves may become less fearful of the exam as well. The SAT is clearly not a perfect assessment of whether young people will succeed in college or in their adult lives, but for now it is a real challenge that they must face eventually. It is up to us future educators to provide the path to success for those students from all backgrounds.